TimeSlips welcomes you to Wendy's Neverland, a series of creative workshops that totally reimagine the story of Peter Pan from the inside out and the upside down. These workshops originally emerged from a 2-year collaboration between artists, elders, and staff at 12 rural nursing homes in Kentucky. Together, we made art, created songs, poems, dances, you name it. The elders even cut out and painted the letters of the sign that you see here. We had so much fun, we wanted to share it with others. So let's start. First, you don't need the TimeSlips training to do these workshops, but it doesn't hurt. You can find out more about the training on our website. But here are just a few of our key concepts as reminders. We are based in yes and, which is the root of improvisation. We accept and affirm all responses. We are inviting people into expression, not correcting them. It's imagination. There's no wrong answers. You can use our website to share your responses. Let me show you how. In our Creativity Center, you'll find mini projects. Just click there. And then you'll find all the Wendy's Neverland prompts. You can write your responses there or leave them on our toll-free line. On to this week's workshop. Here's our first exercise. Peter famously refused to grow up. Can we persuade him otherwise? Think about the things in adulthood that you would have missed if you wouldn't have grown up. Can you write down a list? Now consider childhood, which is pretty great too. What are the things that you would miss about childhood? Try writing a letter to Peter or the Lost Boys. Dear Peter, I sure do miss this. But if I wouldn't have grown up, I never would have loved you. Here's an example from our Wendy's Neverland project. Dear Peter, oh, do I miss playing in the creek and skipping rocks. But if I wouldn't have grown up, I never would have been able to get a job and travel around the world. But I still miss you and being able to spread my arms and fly over Neverland. Here's an example of a letter from the Lost Boys to Wendy. Dear Wendy, we all miss you. You told us such great stories. Our favorites were the 3 blind mice. We are sad that you grew up, but we still love to play horseshoes, play with army men, and make mud pies. You can also try to put these into a poem or a song, with thanks to Cheyenne Mize for this format. Simply fill in the blanks. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him about this and about that and about something a little bit longer than the last 2. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him this. Here's how the one that we did for Wendy's Neverland worked. I'm going to sing it very badly, but just to give you an idea of how singing and speaking can work together. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him aging's not bad. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him enjoy the moments about making memories and difficult times. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause the bad times won't last. And eat lots of junk food while your metabolism's fast. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him, I love you, don't go.
If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him, you love me, stay young forever. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him someday we'll be together. I'd tell him God loves you, behave yourself, and I'd thank him with a grateful heart. And you lived as you did so we could have someone to follow. If I could tell Peter what I know now, I'd tell him, I love you, don't go.